Uh-oh. I feel a sneeze coming on. Whew. Passed. How you doing, friends? It is Monday. It is a new week. A brand new week. The first trading week of July. And it's extremely exciting for a number of reasons. One is that we had fantastic job numbers to end June. Just outstanding job numbers. Now, the number itself isn't as fantastic as what it denotes, and that is momentum is with people getting back to work, and that means the economy starting to wake up. Today, we had let's see. Let me just bring this up so that I can be accurate. Uh-oh, here it is. There's a sneeze coming. Oh! Corona! That's all you have to do is say Corona, then any sickness will just run away. Must be some pollen or something in the air. But the ISM non-manufacturing index just totally blew it out of the water today. Now, since the pandemic started, we've been registering numbers under 50. Now, it's a scale from 0 to 100. But generally, 50 means that you are neither contracting or expanding. If you're under 50, that means you're contracting. The economy is withering away. If you're above 50, that means you're expanding. Now, something right at 50 is like, we don't know where we are. The consensus was that we would hit 50.1. The reality, the actual number that came in was 57.1. That is expanding. That is outrageous. Combine that with the completely over-the-top job numbers last week, and you have an economy that is roaring back. Despite all the attempts from those political wonks and others, Antifa and all the other insurrection-laden malfeasance out there trying to destroy this country is roaring back with a vengeance. It'll squash those voices like they're nothing. Today's show is about why you should be trading options. I just had to give that, the good news right up front. Good news deserves the center stage. Why you should be trading options. Now, over the past several months, I haven't really talked much about options. Last year, and with my previous channel, before it was insanely hacked and deleted, I talked a great deal about options. In fact, I had an options service for several years that was really fantastic. Now I've resurrected that. We now have that same basic options service brought up as a complementary service to the Asymmetric Advisor, our advisory service. And we're going to teach people how to trade options, how to trade them the right way, how to trade them so that you are being more cost efficient. Take the risk out of just trading plain equities. Be able to fashion strategies that truly model our view of the market. That's so important. And of course, there is the potential for making fantastic profits because you can apply leverage, but leverage is not really the name of the game in options. The name of the game is being able to trade and fashion strategies that take advantage of the three primary things that make up options. The three primary criteria that give you the ability to create a strategy that exactly models your hypothesis and, of course, models what's going on in the market. And that is time, volatility and price action, or the delta, how much it's bearish or how little it's bearish, how much it's bearish or how much it's bullish is a better way to say it. Those three factors combined is like when you're trying to describe the real world. You're trying to describe the real world. You can't describe it in one dimension. One dimension is a single point. Two dimensions, all you can describe then is a single line. Three dimensions, you start getting the third dimension where you can actually see and create objects. But it's the fourth dimension that sets everything into motion. Well, it's the same thing with options. You need all three dimensions in order to be able to fully describe what is out there. The most important aspect of this, being more efficient, means that you can now precisely control your risk, the amount of risk that you want to put into the market, and consequently, the amount of profit you can potentially pull out of the market. You can design that. You can literally design what you expect to make from the market. It's something that you can't do when just haphazardly trading stocks or Forex or any other thing. Now, all of these things you can use options. Options is that extra dimension that allows you to express those ideas in that particular asset and control your efficiency in that market, the risk that you're willing to take on, and the requisite profit that you would like to pull out of the market. If you consistently use these factors and define these risk parameters and apply them correctly, you can almost with certainty make profit out of this market. That's the crazy part about it. A lot of people don't understand that. Now, of course, that's a theory. That is a theory that if you put on enough trades and apply the probability of profit and the amount of return on capital you want to make, that over time you will start to approach this theoretical number of risk to profit that you're willing to accept from the market. And it doesn't quite work that way. I mean, everything's wonderful in theory, but when you put it into practice, that's another thing. What's most important is that you're able to model your ideas and be able to control your risk. Controlling your risk is so important. So that means that with small accounts, you can approach a market with a very, very small account and dial it down to the type of risk that you want to take. See, when you're trading stocks, really the only way that you can control risk, well, there are two ways. One is your position size, and the other is a stop. Now, the stop is a death blow, because if you hit the stop, you lose your position. You just lose it. It's gone. Your position size, however, that will give you how much you're willing to risk and put into the market. And if you can control that based on the size of your total account, then you've got something. But it's a very inelastic way of controlling your risk. With an option, you don't have stops. You have backstops. So when you hit your stop or your backstop, you're not out of the market. You're still there to play another day. The other thing is with stocks, when you bet, or any kind of asset, when you bet either it's going to go up or go down, you only have one way to win, and that is if it goes in the direction that you define in your trade. Either you're going long, and if it doesn't go long, you lose. Or you go short, and if it doesn't go short, you lose. With options, you actually have 3 different ways within every trade that you can come out a winner. You can win, now let's say with a certain types of spreads or a option neutral strategy. You can literally make money whether it goes up, goes down, or even if it stays exactly the same. You can fashion some strategies that will make money if it either goes up or goes down, but doesn't make money if it stays the same. Or you can fashion strategies that make an incredible amount of money if it stays the same and doesn't make any money if it goes up or down. Or you can make money if it stays the same and goes up, but loses money if it. What I'm trying to say is that you have the ability to be able to tailor these strategies to your idea of the market, where you see the probabilities. So if your probabilities are weighted more towards the upside of the market, then you can tailor a strategy that would be requisite to that. If it's to the downside, it could be to that. If it is a neutral side, I don't know how neutral is a side, but if it's neutral, you can tailor to that. You can even adjust or create the range that a stock might move within a certain period of time. As long as it stays in there, you'll make money. You can't do this with stocks. The other thing is that because you're not trading the actual thing, the actual underlying stock, you're actually trading a contract, a representation that controls the stock. You can trade in much, much smaller amounts. You can trade in virtually whatever size amount that you want. So that means that you can take a small account, trade a few dollars at a time, build it up to a bigger account, using these option strategies to your advantage. And then once you get to a bigger account, you can start adjusting the way you're trading and maybe take on different strategies, different asset types. And that is a hugely powerful tool. So what we're doing is that we're offering two things. Well, actually, it's really three things. We have the asymmetric advisor, which has always been there. This is our research and investment service. It's our advisory where we do intense research in the speculation of natural resources and their boom and bust cycles. We look at miners, resource providers, producers in the areas of precious metals, energy, even cannabis. We get strong intel on these industries, and then we find opportunities based on the quality of the management team, based on the resource that has been uncovered, based on the experience of the team that is pulling that resource out of the ground, and we only take what we believe are the strongest possible opportunities. And so far, that has played out extremely well for us at Asymmetric Advisor. We are, with the positions that we've taken over the past 3 months, we're easily almost at triple digits, but well into double-digit performance after just a few months. Now, we're offering this option service that is comprised of two things. One is a class or a course that you can take at your own pace that also includes live lectures, and an alert service that complements the things that we do in the advisory and puts out, say, a greater number of trades that are related to the things that we find in the advisory. Still excellent things. As a matter of fact, we put out our very first alert this morning, and it had to do with miners. Let's see how it's doing right now. So we put that out this morning, and right now, as of right now, it is up 23.4%. Our very first alert. What can I say? So that alert, had you had you taken that trade, it would have more than likely had paid for your monthly service and maybe for the next couple of months as well. Very first alert. Not bad. And of course, if you combine that with the asymmetric advisory and the speculative plays and the investments that we've put in there, you would have paid for that service in perpetuity. So far, there's no predicting what's going to happen in the future, but that's what we're doing here. Let's see. Tom saying Forex or options? No Forex. We are completely void of Forex. Now, I understand that a lot of people like Forex because of the leverage that it offers and the small position sizes that you can get into. But what I'm telling you is that options offer you those same two qualities, but more. All right? It offers you the ability to create strategies that you cannot conjure up with Forex. And quite frankly, with Forex, you're at the behest of the banks. And if you'd like to trade against the banks, be my guest. With options and trading in the natural resource and commodities era, we are not up against the banks. We are dealing with producers and people and management teams that we know well, that we know very well, and we understand their capabilities. They are in it to make money. We're in it to make money. We hang on to and follow the people who are the best at doing that. Whatever happened to the embodiment? Now, the embodiment is actually a euphemistic name for pattern cast. Pattern cast still exists. It is out there. It is a short-term trading automated service. And it puts out Forex, futures, and stock calls. Those calls are very short-term for a day or two, and then that's it. The asymmetric advisor is all about speculating swing trades, position trades, and long-term investment. Two very, very different things. Kanye for president. Not in 2020. I don't think he's going for 2020. I think he's announcing 2024. Should be very interesting. So Alex says, in a pun, you have many options with options then. That is absolutely true. You have virtually unlimited strategies that you could create with options. And very creative strategies that can really speak to what the market is doing. So you can create strategies that would be advantageous whether the volatility is moving up or whether it's moving down, or if price is moving up or down, or if time is of the essence, or you have plenty of time on your side. All of those dimensions you can control. Trojan Hell saying, every time I trade options, I get burned. What was your options alert for? I can't tell you what my options alert for. You have to pay for the service. Let's just say it was in the metals area. All right, the precious metals area. The reason why you get burned is because you have no idea what you're doing. You're using options as if they are a leverage mechanism. When you do that, you are ignoring the real power of options. And with our course, we aim to teach you exactly how to trade a small account and blow it up, or take a medium to large account and manage it and grow it and turn that growth into wealth. So that's what we'll be doing. If you're interested, go down below, go to asymmetricadvisor.com, go /options. You can either get the whole bundle, Asymmetric Advisor, the course, and the option alerts in one big package, or you can buy them all individually. You can just buy the alerts if you want. I would recommend, if you're going to go that way, that you also buy the course. The course will be invaluable to you, taking those alerts. But if you're interested in the natural resources arena, the boom and bust cycles of the mining industry, the oil production industry, the oil delivery industry, cannabis, video gaming, any of those things then you're going to want to join the Asymmetric Advisor. We're very new. I think we have about 100 customers, 100 members right now. Only been around for 3 months. We're growing, though. So, Trojan Hell, just because you made a little bit of money, a lot of people get stuck into that thing. Oh, I did it once, I can do it again. The answer that I'd say is how I'd reply to that is that you probably made money because you were lucky. You didn't really know what you were doing. If you knew what you were doing, and that's the wonderful thing about options. When you know what you're doing with options, you approach the market with extreme confidence because you know exactly what your risk is. You can tailor it. You can even adjust it as you're into the trade and have all that planned out ahead of time. So, if you want to learn options and be involved in a superior option service, like I said, very first option today, where are we at again? 21.2%. Went down a little bit. I think we were at 23% earlier. Earlier, it was up as high as, I believe, up as high as 42%. But we expect that that price to fluctuate. Will probably end up somewhere around 50 to 100% return on that capital, on that first trade. And as I said, for Asymmetric Advisor, for all of our longer term trades, we're easily already in our total portfolio up in the high double digits, maybe even close to the triple digits. I know that for some positions, we are well into triple digits. So anyways, that's what we have to offer. If you'd like to, I'm going to start talking about options in much more breadth and detail going forward. I have a lot of good videos in the channel, so if you want to check those out, take the time to look them up. If you have specific things that you would like to hear about in options, let me know. Put something in the comments section, put something in the chat, and I'll see that I can address that. In the meantime, what I'd like you to do is hit that like button. Really appreciate it. Share this video. Oh, I normally go and I click on this thing here. We do this. Oh, it's not even sized. There we go. And then hit that notification bell. All right. I have to get back to work. I have to get back to work on the options course and the lecture that we're having this weekend. If you want to be involved in that, go down below. I'm still working on the website to make it very easy to be able to select the path or the track that you want to go on. And my suggestion is to take the full boot. Go to asymmetricadvisors.com/options, right? Exactly what you see right here. asymmetricadvisor.com/options. Get the whole kit and caboodle. Not a lot of money. Maybe your first or second trade will likely pay for it all. And then you'll be off and running. All right. Everybody, thank you very much. Really appreciate you showing up here on this Monday. Again, we're super excited about this market. I know a lot of people are talking about how this market is just, ready to just crash and burn. Don't believe them. It's not going to crash and burn. The spirit and the will of the American people will lift this market. It is unstoppable. The market right now is pricing in exactly that reality. There are those out there that want to see it come down for their own political purposes, which is a sick, almost evil intent. Not almost, it is an evil intent. And I just don't understand them. They would rather see people suffer than have this market shoot for the moon. But don't worry, this market is moving forward. We're going to take back our global supply chains. We're going to domesticate them. We're going to create new businesses, new jobs, new opportunity. And we're going to be there looking at those opportunities and speculating on them and investing in them through Asymmetric Advisor. That's what Asymmetric Advisor is all about, finding the best opportunities, risking a small amount of money with the intent of making asymmetric returns. All right, that's it. Now, I must say goodbye. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be talking more about options. I'll come up with a very specific topic tomorrow. Take care.